855ers Andrew here. I am outside of a Denny's, and this is the Benrus Oribit Robot, and I am here to talk to you about mechanical watches. Let's go. So I love Denny's. I don't know if you do, but I love these nostalgic 1950s era places, and there's no reason why they need to exist. That's one of the reasons why I love Denny's. Thank you. The 1950s is a bygone era. Though there are certainly aspects of the 1950s that are still with us, maybe the rise of the passion for the American automobile, the beginning of the atomic age. Thank you. Some banana cream pie here. There are things about the 1950s that just simply aren't relevant anymore, and one of those things most certainly is the diet of the 1950s. I'm just here having a cup of coffee and banana cream pie. Why do we do things that are not just objectively the most efficient and modern? Well, maybe because there's more to life than that. That's the way it is with mechanical watches too. When I made my Garmin watch video a month ago, it was really about all of the practical features and ways that Garmin watches are helping me care for things that are important, and health is important. But one of the things that the Garmin watch can never do is take you someplace that you wish you could be. There's no nostalgia with a smartwatch. But there's more to mechanical watches than just nostalgia. In order for us to really understand this, we have to talk about an economic concept by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, who brought this economic idea called the Lindy effect into popular discourse. And of course, the Lindy effect is basically a reverse aging effect, which is the longer that something's around, the longer it's probably going to stay around. It's more useful the longer it's around. A good example of this are books. Another example of this is language. Another example of this is timekeeping. And as you know, timekeeping has existed since the dawn of civilization, but the wristwatch has existed in some form or another since the 14th century. And without getting into all the details about it, it's clear that wristwatches still have a ton of both cultural and use value. What I'm wearing today is the Benrus Oribit Robot. This is a hilarious watch. It's hilarious because it's so obviously whimsical and throwback. It looks like you could practically order it off the menu here at Denny's. It's got a fume dial, applied square indices, and yet it's, of course, the robot case. It's a cushion case diver. I have no use for a cushion case diver here in Minnesota. I'm not doing any deep dives, even though this has 200 meters of water resistance, and it has a sapphire crystal and all of the things that you need to technically be able to dive with it. Interestingly enough, though, it does not have a ratcheting bezel, and I don't think this was ever intended to really be a diving watch. Just in the same way, I don't think a Denny's is intended to be an eating establishment. You come here to experience a time past, some kind of nostalgia that still exists some way in our collective consciousness. I'm not normally eating banana cream pie and drinking coffee, but when I am, I'm enjoying it. And I have a feeling that the Lindy effect of 50s era diners is probably more than 75 years old. It's probably going to last a lot longer. And I know that that's true of mechanical wristwatches. And so when I put on a mechanical wristwatch, it's not because I'm looking for the instrument that's going to help me with my health the best. I'm not looking for something that's going to be the best at timekeeping. My watch is better at timekeeping. What I'm doing is going back to something that has been proven in eras that existed before I did. And I get to participate in that. That's an amazing experience. And one of the weird parts about the Alindy effect is that the half-life of the thing that we're enjoying is probably right where we are with many things. And so I expect this fairly entry-level, obscure brand Benrus Oribit Robot to outlast me. I don't know if I will have it and pass it on to my progenitors, but someone will enjoy it. It's a beautiful watch. It's built way more overbuilt than it needs to be for my purposes or for anyone that's going to wear this watch. It's not a precision diving instrument. It wasn't intended to do that. So that's a lesson about why I still like mechanical watches and why I still think they're worth it. Though I do not wear them with the same kind of fervor as a collector that I once did. They have their place, and the place that they're in is great. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Cheers to you. As far as the Benrus Robot goes, it's a really nice watch. Awesome details throughout. Really fine entry-level mechanical diver. Much more interesting than your typical entry-level Seiko, even though I love those. Benrus is an esteemed historical watch brand, primarily known for their military timepieces, their military dive watches. But this is a nice nostalgic take from them, and I really enjoy the watch. And I thank Benrus for sending me this watch for review. It's a great example of the kind of watches I still enjoy. My perspective on mechanical watches now is if you're going to enjoy a mechanical watch, it might as well be one that you enjoy. That is, fun watch his own way. But I'm sure that you think that there's more to mechanical watches than just some old nostalgia. So make sure you let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video that was shot on site, please make sure to leave me a thumbs up. And I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Yeah, it's funny. I think that we live with more residual traditions in our lives than we realize. And that these kind of mores of bygone eras are not such a bad thing. Heck, I'm driving a 6-speed V8 rear-wheel drive car, obsolete by all modern automobile standards, and yet I love driving it. So much fun.